Y'all, my skin has been no bueno lately, like getting like an angry one, so I'm gonna try to do a mask to try and mitigate this. Should I use this? I got this in Korea. Well, all my masks are from Korea, whether I buy them myself or my friends give them to me. Let's give this one a shot. Okay, I'm gonna try out this mask from The Solution. I've actually never tried a mask from here, so I'm hoping it doesn't aggravate my skin even more, but I guess these days I'm not really seeing people. Maybe I should apply my ointment first. So I have this like acne solution that I use because I used to be on Accutane, and this was sort of like the, oh my god, the long sort of medication that my doctor prescribed me to deal with any like flare-ups kind of like this. It's the reality of skin. It's not as pretty as we always want it to be. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm listening to BTS's SoundCloud music. And if you didn't know that they had SoundCloud, you should go check their SoundCloud out because they release like covers or original songs and they're really good and you guys should check them out. Okay. Let's try it. Please don't screw up my skin. It's like there's actually like a film thing. Here goes nothing. Oh, this really doesn't fit my face. Anyone else have 5-head problems? The mask never fits to my hairline. But like, literally nothing fits. But it is what it is. The only thing I don't really appreciate is there's no slits to like accommodate the contours of your face like the one Mediheal does have, but it's not burning my face right now, so I call that a win. Another laundry time. Today I went to dimsum with my sister, just her and I, and it was interesting. I actually learned a lot today because I was curious about my parents and their sort of like upbringing, like what happened in their childhood and stuff like that. But like these days I've just been really curious to like, you know, what were my parents like when they were my age? Because my parents are coming back next month. I'm like, one thing I really want to ask is, what was the thing that made you want to immigrate or decide to immigrate? How did you know Canada was like the place you wanted to go? So she was like, well, I'll share with you what I know, and I learned a lot about like their family members. I actually have a lot of extended family that I don't know about at all because they're all just back in Asia and I haven't really gone back very much. I actually went back once about 3 years ago to visit my extended family, but there's a huge language barrier because my parents speak a dialect. But I don't know, I've just been really interested in my heritage and in my roots the last few years. Just because it just really dawned on me that like I don't know much about my heritage or my culture. Like my mom is really good about like traditions and stuff like that, but I want to learn more about them. Like, why do we do things certain ways we do? That's partly the reason why I'm so intrigued to leave to Asia after I graduate, because I think it's important for me to see what it's like to live in a non-Western context. And yeah, I think it's really important to sort of shed light on that. Well, I'm from Canada, so we call ourselves CBCs. So like when I have conversations with other CBCs, it's really interesting because there's a big range of us. There are the ones that are like so removed from their culture in the sense that they don't speak their mother tongue, or they only speak English, or they only use English to communicate with their parents when their parents respond in whatever their native language is. To like people like me who only uses their native language to speak with their parents. And there are some who are like me who want to sort of rediscover their roots and are really trying their best to either relearn their mother tongue or at least divulge in content that's related to their culture. So for me, me divulging in my culture is I watch TVB shows. Mostly the old ones, because I'm not the biggest fan of the recent TVB shows, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, so, and sometimes my friends that do speak Cantonese, we try our best to sort of like do like Cantonese time, where like when we're eating lunch or something like that, we try our best to only speak in Cantonese for that like time frame. And it's actually really hard, and we start getting very quiet because it's really hard for us to express ourselves in Cantonese, which in my eyes, I feel that's really sad for me, because I went to Chinese school for like 10 years, but I would not even say, I definitely don't have a working proficiency in Chinese. Like, I can read okay, and speaking conversationally, sure. I stumble upon my Chinese words a lot. Like, I don't know why I just slur them, or I don't get like the tones completely correct, but with Cantonese there's like 9 tones, I think, so there are some difficulties there. But yeah, I've been really struggling to sort of maintain my Chinese, and I have conversations with my friends about this too, like, how do you guys feel about, you know, being raised in a Western context and aspects of our culture, like sort of your heritage mixing with the Western culture? Like, has that influenced you in a certain way, impacted you? Has it clashed in terms of any maybe values that you have versus what your parents have or whatnot? And yeah, I just think it's a really interesting conversation. Maybe it's just me, but I invite anyone else who is sort of curious to reach out. I really have a lot of interest in this area. It's crazy. And just to like have a chat. Like, I want to learn about other people's experiences about that. Like, how do you feel being CBC or like Asian-born Canadian, like Canadian-born Asian, sort of like how has that impacted you growing up? How does it impact you now? Are you curious about your heritage now, or have you fully assimilated into the Western culture? Like, where do you lie? Because I feel like it's such a spectrum, and everyone's experiences about that is super different. But yeah, that's sort of what I wanted to talk about today. Just sort of bring that to the table, because I just think it's a very, very interesting topic that I'm sure I'm not the only one experiencing. There's a huge community of Asians, at least in the greater Vancouver area. So yeah.
Much of my holidays were spent in front of a computer talking with friends, because that was sort of the only way we could celebrate with one another.
Merry Christmas, friends.
We discovered Mahjong Buddy over this winter break, and we've been playing it nonstop.
Right away. But yes, time to open Amazon box. Is this bed sheets? Hell yeah! I've been wanting bed sheets for so long that are slightly more aesthetic than mine.
I realized that I messed myself up.
I promise this is the last of the holiday footage, but I just really wanted to showcase my friends because they really made this winter break memorable.
Wait, who?
What's the countdown? Where's the count? We'll have the countdown.
Literally no. What time is it? Okay, 20 seconds? I'll just believe that one of you guys will do this.
9,
8, 7. Oh, Marco.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! That was so chaotic. What the heck?
We tried it. Oh, I heard.
We did try. Happy New Year, friends. I hope a great year for y'all.
I hope so for you too. I hope all of us get good shit coming at us and.